I want to talk about bullying. Bullying in person, yes, that happens. But it's the cyberbullying, it's the texting, it's the Snap, it's the TikTok. Is this an issue in schools?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It is. Every day, every so often, how often?
I think every day, because our schools are so big and there's so many young people, and now like through the internet you can connect with even more people, and I think there's a lot of people experiencing different things and they just take a picture of it and send it, and now other people see it, and it's like when it's on the internet, it's forever on the internet. You can never like take anything back. So
Have any of you been, quote, picked on or that you're aware of?
Like a while back in like elementary school,
Okay.
and then I moved to a different school from them. So I was like,
Okay. So let's talk about how this happens. There's all different ways. AirDrop is one. Who was telling me AirDrop? Talk to me about that.
Since we're always on our phones and technology is so prevalent, it's so easy to just AirDrop. Like, all you have to do is have your AirDrop on, have your phone turned on, and you just get a notification that's like, this person wants to send you something, and you accept it, and then it's a picture of something inappropriate or something pertaining to cyberbullying or talking about somebody, or, you know, just something like that.
So you're just walking down the hallway and somebody can just AirDrop something, which could be negative or picking on someone. Group chats, Mean Girls. What's going on there? Who has that? Okay, what happened?
Freshman year, a couple students took the Mean Girls trend and made it a bit too much. They started to kind of portray Mean Girls in the sense of the movie and became bullies of their own. And with that, they started to make group chats with people's names as the title of it and bullied them through those group chats, laughed at them, took pictures of them in the halls, said a lot of mean things about them, and only these people in these chats would know about them unless it got out. It became really bad for some of these people because it would even be their friends. In their faces, they would be really nice to them, but behind their backs, they would be saying these things in these group chats.
So you'd have group chats with different names, and whoever the name was, that's the person we're picking on
Yes.
and making fun of and posting pictures.
Yeah.
Do you think parents and teachers know how often this happens?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I think it's happening a lot more than anyone's realizing, even the students themselves. And it's just going unnoticed. I think they, of course, know what's happening, but it's happening every day.
I would think Snap is what makes it so easy. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say, especially because Snap has like a lot of disappearing features, it's a lot easier to just say something mean about someone or like send pictures or things like that to share it with other people in your school and like make fun of them. And then after like 24 hours or after you view it, it just disappears and then there's no proof of it. And I think that's what makes it a lot easier for people to like spread these kinds of images and messages because they know that in a couple seconds it will be gone unless someone like takes a screenshot or something. But then at that point, the other person would know about it.
Right. Do you think this is just a way of life now and it's not a big deal? It's just what you're used to?
I think it's still a big deal, though, but I think since it happens so much, we're kind of prone to it happening. So a lot of people don't really speak out about it because they either don't know or they're like, hey, you know, it keeps happening, so what else can we do?
What do you think about social media companies? We'll start with you back there. Is there any accountability? Should we be holding any of these TikTok, Snap, Insta responsible when bullying takes place and folks are, you know, being demeaned or their identity is being stolen?
Yeah, I do feel like the companies should take a little bit of responsibility because it's not really a limit on ages and things like that. I mean, in some aspect it is, but it's really easy to get around. So I feel like that's why it's like so broad.
Anyone else have anything on that?
I wanted to say, like, recently Roblox added like a age restriction where you had to take a photo of your face, putting it in the app, and the app is gonna guess your age. And I tried it out, and I got the age range of 18 to 21. So I could only talk to 18 to 21-year-olds on this app.
But you're not even 18 to 21. So that was a complete failure right there.
I know one of my friends tried it out and she got like, I think like middle school age. And I was like, she's almost 18. She looks older than me. So I was like, huh, that's really interesting. Huh.
What about in terms of psychology, in terms of how it makes you feel? I think what you were mentioning, it happens all the time. It's still hard. Talk to me a little bit about whether you've been through it or you know people. How does that affect you at school?
Well, I haven't been through it, but I know a lot of people who have been through it, and just seeing them, like, it diminishes their character. Like, they go from this happy person, super confident, to now they don't even want to go outside anymore because they know that somebody is going to talk about them. They don't want to interact with other people because they feel that they're always going to be judged. They feel that they don't have a safe space anymore to be themselves. And just seeing that, like, especially from friends that I've knew for a little while, seeing them change from positive to negative about themselves it's very hurting to see, because I know that this is not your true image, and I know that you want to be something else, but you're hiding because you don't want to feel judged.
What do you think?
I would say definitely, like, as she was mentioning, like, it's kind of become like almost every day that you get almost desensitized, but it still like kind of brings out like a sadness, like, because that whoever's being picked on or bullied, like, it's not their choice, and then people are often doing it, and it's harder to tell who's doing it to them, and then they feel like it could be anyone around them, and then, as she was saying, it kind of like closes you off from everyone else. And it makes me sad because I know that, like, everyone always has those people around them, that close group of friends or your family, people that are there and that love you, but it's kind of like hard for them to feel that love when you're being attacked and you don't really know who, and you kind of just shut off from everyone else, and it makes you like kind of feel alone, even though like there are people out there who want to help you, and I feel like that's the toughest part, just being able to try and feel that love again.
So let's be real. We do these stories, we talk to the experts, we talk to everyone, and what's really going to work to stop this? I mean, bullying has gone on for generations. So what are we supposed to do when we see these stories? What do you think would work in schools or with kids?
I think it's just the culture of high schoolers nowadays. Like, making rules or like laws to like stop this isn't really going to work because they're high schoolers. So I think it should just, instead of like limiting them, it should be encouraging them to take this step. Like, see your peers, like, these are your friends, like, these are the people who are going to support you. Like, instead of changing your mindset to these are your like enemies, they're your opponents, like you should bring them down. You should change to like, oh, we should lift each other up. That's
okay, that makes sense. I want to talk a little bit about the case, because I talked to you a little bit about how this individual took the photos and videos and created this fake persona and started communicating and getting so much attention. It didn't seem very hard for her to do it. She admitted in court she did it. You guys are all shaking your head. What do you think about when you hear somebody doing this? It wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, I think social media kind of encourages it, because you go to social media and you see all of these people living their best lives, and if you're just a high schooler in your room and you don't think that your life compares to theirs, with people going to vacations all of the time, or they're getting all of these successes, and you don't think that you have those, it's very easy to manipulate that by going on other social media apps and stealing aspects of other people's lives and making new accounts and becoming the people that you want to be. I think because of how easy it is to access social media, how easy it is to access other people's accounts and see how their lives are going, it kind of encourages other people to do the same, with pretending to be someone that you're not and hurting other people the same way that you felt hurt because of other people who weren't hurting you specifically.
That's big and that's scary, right? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you, has anyone ever known of anyone who's grabbed some other stuff and made a fake account or anything like that? You do?
Sorry, yeah, I got excited. Yeah, someone did that to my friend's account. So they messaged her from a previous account that they stole from, and they said, oh, I got logged out of so-and-so, I need this, and like just made it seem like they basically impersonated the person. And then they were able to hack my friend's account, and they changed her profile picture, changed her name, changed everything, and it was just crazy. And there was no way for her to get it back. Like, they took the account off of my friend's phone, everything.
And she never got it fixed. She lost her account, lost her photos.
Well, no, only on Instagram.
Oh, on Instagram, okay.
Account, yeah.
Wow. And so, does she do things differently now?
Yeah, he knows not to respond to random people
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
What else do you think we're missing? We talked about airdrop. We talked about, the mean girls. We talked about people stealing people's stuff and just the how it affects you mentally. Is there anything else are there any other cyberbullying ways that we should keep our eyes and ears open to? Yeah.
I feel like now, since content creation is a big career that a lot of people like to pursue, just knowing that they're putting all their information out there, I think it's easy to steal that because this is their job. They have to post themselves at this place doing this thing because that's how they're going to make their money. So just certain people watching those every moves, knowing that this person is going to be here or this person is planning to go here, they can easily take a whole lot of information that person probably doesn't realize is being stolen from them.
And then you have AI.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are in high school, but this is going fast in terms of, grabbing someone's face or putting a nude photo or doing whatever. Do you guys worry about that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You do? Okay, why are you worried about it?
Because I've seen it happening to so many other people that you wouldn't expect it to happen to. And even with some of my friends, like, they were applying to this college and they didn't have a headshot that they really liked. So because they needed to give their headshot, like even for some of these scholarships, they decided to just use AI for it, and it looked so identical to them. It kind of freaked me out that it's so easy to just put in a photo and become this person. Like, that wasn't my friend who was in that photo.
Right. And that was used in a kind way, but it could be used in a negative way. Has anyone known a victim of AI where somebody's made fun of someone and used their photo but might have put a negative body or scene around them?
Not photos necessarily, but I've heard of voice changes. Like, they'll put a voice on to say certain things that really wasn't their voice, but it sounds identical to their voice, and they match the lips to match the words. So that's really scary.
Yeah. So what do you think you're going to be doing? I mean, is there anything you all do to, try to stay as safe as you can?
I think like one thing I focus on is like trying to limit like what I put out there and like being extra conscious about making sure that nothing personal is getting out there, or like if I ever go on a trip or something and I want to post it, I wait till I get back home or something before I post it, because I don't want like people knowing exactly where I am like at that moment. Like by taking those extra steps, I think like you're trying to keep yourself as safe as possible, but still like anything can happen. I think it's just up to us to try and do as most as we can, and then just hope that we're ready for whatever happens next.
Anybody block people?
Yeah. Because sometimes you don't want somebody to always like be able to contact you. You don't want somebody to, even a lot of people are very forceful on like trying to get stuff and try to talk to you when you don't want that in your headspace. So it's just better to just not interact.
I mean, are you guys comfortable to say no or block, or does that feel like you're going to hurt somebody's feelings?
I have like a friend. She had a boyfriend, like back in middle school too, and he was like kind of a stalker-ish. He kept texting her, and then she said like, I don't feel comfortable in this relationship anymore. I think it's best for us to like take a break. And he threatened to kill himself. So like it was just like he was guilt tripping her to stay with him, and then he found her on every platform, by the way. He talked to her friends, everything. She once blocked him, and then he made a separate account to talk to her.
Right. Well, the laws are hard because there's not a lot of laws that keep up. I mean, I feel like, and I'm sure you all agree, technology is going at this rate and laws are kind of going this rate. And it just, we're not keeping up legally. What do you guys think in terms of punishment? And
I think like the biggest thing, like while we can try and like keep up with laws, I think we need to focus on like at schools, especially like just educating the kids and students to make sure that they're aware of what's out there and how to respond appropriately. Because like as much as we can try, like, with a lot of these apps, there's age verifications, but just quick scroll and you can say you were born in 2002, and then you just bypass everything. I think by trying to enforce like education and helping kids be prepared for what's out there and know how to respond to these things is how we can make sure that all of us like feel prepared and hopefully safe to go out and use these things, because I think that's the way that we can best prepare ourselves for any kind of thing that happens online.
Makes sense.
I was going to say about the seriousness. I think a lot of high schoolers have the mindset of it's not going to happen to me, or I doubt it's going to happen to me. So really taking it serious, and based on the case that you were saying, only having to do volunteer hours and not really actually being punished for your actions, it kind of makes it seem like, okay, well, I could do this again and I'm not going to get in trouble, or, I'm not going to get caught next time or something like that. So really, I think they really need to understand that it's serious and they need to take it serious. And that's a thing that a lot of high schoolers lack.
Yeah, they do, because they just think, oh, it's just a text or it's just a photo. But did we talk about
No,
I didn't ask you about that. So people are using their phones in all different ways, and something happened at your school.
Yeah. So there was this kid who used to be bullied a lot just because of how he looked. And it wasn't that he was like unintelligent. He was actually pretty smart. He was doing well. But just because, like, based off of his looks, people used to make fun of him, call him stinky, like, even to his face. They would make jokes behind his back. He kind of became like a joke throughout the whole school. So one day, a student went into the bathroom. They climbed up the stall, took a photo of him while he was doing his business, and shared it on like every platform they had. Messages, Snapchat. They posted it on their stories. It was horrible. And the worst part is they got suspended for like a couple of weeks. They came back and it was like they didn't even admit that what they did was wrong.
Right. And then that poor student. And how did everyone else feel about what that kid did, taking the picture? Did people feel it was wrong, or did they kind of like laugh and cheer about,
The thing is, no one spoke up about it. Like, everyone stayed silent. No one stood up for him. And he was just isolated this whole time. It was just so bad.
Phones are scary sometimes. They're your friends, but man, they can really destroy. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate your time and your perspective, because this is just moving at a fast rate and we're trying to keep up. But I think, this is just a learning process. So you helping us is appreciated. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.